All that said, Yasma, I believe you're an early riser.
Yes, I am going to get up and see if Thal is awake to join me. If not, I am going to go outside and hoping that there are still tons of flowers out in the courtyard where we're sleeping outside of our inn here. And I'm just going to find a nice, cozy spot where the flowers are and do my meditation for the morning.
So,
Would be awake.
Yasma, are you Thalwood is a early riser as well? What's that?
Yeah, he would want to do his normal routine.
Cool.
They didn't do any drinking the night before, so
Yeah.
if we do,
How does
Isma won't
Thal
have to
feel
wake
about
him up.
that?
He was more worried about the big scary dragon man trying to get him.
All right. So while y'all are doing that, Eris and Nogard, I'd imagine, probably waking up at this point.
Yeah, Eris usually wakes up with the sun, so she's up.
Yeah, Nogard is an early riser from his years in the service.
Tracks. Alrighty. Is there anything y'all would like to do?
Nogard would probably
And that 6 is hitting us really hard this time.
I have one sheet that won't go away.
You have a sheet that won't go away?
Yeah, I have a character sheet that won't go away.
There's a little square in the bottom right of the main window that has an X on it. If you can click that, it should close all your open windows.
Yeah, it's still not going away.
That is unfortunate.
F5 to reload.
Yeah, at this point. And all the technical problems this session.
Would Eris be able to convene with her little rat friends and see if there has been any updates about things that happened throughout the town while she slept?
Let's see. Well, after your little soiree with Francisco, would you have brought them, like, granted them access to your room specifically?
Yes.
Or would you be going, like, outside?
No, they would be able to go in and out of her room as she pleased. She would have.
So
given
you've
them
registered 20
free-
rats as...
Yes, part of her entourage.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see. They inform you that they have nothing to report at this time.
Okay. She reminds them to keep their eyes and ears peeled, and if they would like to feast in the way that they feasted the night before, they best be helpful little informants.
Alrighty.
Sounds so threatening.
After giving their little morning report, they'll skitter away.
Eris has a morning routine usually of just like kind of having a dialogue as she brushes her hair out and talks with Zaldrin's hand to herself.
Hmm.
And he helps her braid her hair.
What is the
Alright.
morning routine? What are any notable aspects about Thal and Yzma going on in the courtyard?
Yeah, well, what's Thal and Yzma doing for the rest of the party?
Well, I'm just sitting amongst the flowers, cross-legged, just eyes closed, and the sun is coming up. Yes.
At this point, I'd say it's coming up.
Yeah, so she's just waiting for it to be high enough to where it actually touches her skin, and she's just silently meditating while knowing Thal is sitting right next to her.
Al does not have his eyes closed this time. He is looking dead ahead at the alleyway to see if the big scary dragon man comes through at all. And he's got his hood pulled up.
Alright, and a note for you, Thal. You would know that there is a break between events between each day. So first day there was the first event. Today there's no actual events going on, just same old minstrels playing in the streets and so on. It's kind of a break day from events. They stagger it.
What was the event for the day?
Today, there are no events running today.
All right, perfect. We can just make some money today.
Noggard would have gotten early before the sun came up and went out into the woods outside of town to hunt some small game to bring to the vendors. Sale for meats and pelts and
Alright, that being the case, go ahead and give me a survival check. And then what else? And yeah, that should do.
14.
I'm going to consult my best buddy Al for some assistance. Alright, well, I'm waiting on Al for a bit. Nessa, what are you doing?
Sleeping in quite heavily until eventually my familiar thornroot will end up clawing up my face, telling me to wake up. Coincidentally, it's the same time Thal, outside of many walls, said, "Today's about making money." That happened to be the same timing.
Mhm.
Other than that, I'll head out to the courtyard probably an hour or two after, hour after they started doing meditation. And I'll join them in the courtyard, because I know they have a habit of going outside somewhere. And logically, it makes sense that they would be where the flower event happened. I'll move
Alright.
myself out that way. Clap.
Nogard, in the morning, you were able to get about 6 gold pieces worth of small game.
Ready?
And do you immediately go to sell it to the traders?
Yeah.
All that being the case, you sell it to them, and you gain 6 gold pieces. Alright. At this point, the sun has risen high enough for Isma, or to touch Isma's face, basically.
I'm just gonna open my eyes and look at Thal and notice that he's still not completely at ease. And I just kind of bump him with my shoulder and look at him and, just kind of like motion if he's okay or not.
Okay.
Yes. Just don't know where that dragonborn could be lurking.
I put up my fingers next to my head like horns.
The other little one that was with him.
Just gonna nod. And I'm gonna look over and see Nissa, and I'm gonna offer for her to sit down with us and relax for a little bit. Not that we're meditating, but we're just chilling in the morning, enjoying the sunlight.
We should definitely get some breakfast.
Food is a good idea. I appreciate the offer to join and sit down, but this is your thing. I just came out here. More accurately, you would have seen me, but I would have been up against the wall knowing not to invade and potentially break trances or meditation stuff. I appreciate the offer, Yzma, but I do agree that going out and getting breakfast is a good idea. Something I personally think we should try to get done today is getting some form of finances, because I am a silver and 6 copper.
Yes. Same thought here.
She's gonna nod and agree and slowly get up and start going off with the guys.
Alrighty, what are y'all's objectives for today?
Heavy amount
Perform.
of finances.
Yeah,
Positive
perform and
financial
Mounting
increase. Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
Good question. Gambling. Val could do musical performances.
mm-hmm.
Isma could mime.
Yeah, I
True.
could.
It's just a minor DM suggestion.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Did you say mimer?
Performance checks.
Mimer DM suggestion?
Indeed.
Okay.
Alright.
She could also do like the calligraphy drawings and stuff like that for people in the square.
Oh,
Set up a booth in the square here.
caricature.
We may not. Yeah, we may not.
Yeah.
We may not get a lot of customers this way, but
Well,
it is a big festival.
if we do, I suggest not going to the city center. For that, I would suggest somewhere near one of the main gate entrances or an alleyway near the main area.
Yes, we could go just up around the corner to the fish shade, near where we came in, and how or would it be how's the horse?
Correct. That should work.
Yeah, we could set something up there. I believe there were some already, but we could find a spot.
I'm just gonna motion like food first.
Yes. Or just head into the inn.
Yeah.
How
At
much
this
will
point,
breakfast cost?
Oh, the backpacks are still super buggy. Careful with people's
Not sure
backpacks.
what's causing that at all.
Yeah.
But as far as food costs, it's a few copper pieces.
Alright.
And it's 10 copper.
The conversion rate is 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Say 10 copper for breakfast. That sound good?
That's about right.
All right.
Yeah, there are certain things I'm not necessarily going to track every time. If there's opportunity for roleplay, I'll generally, like, y'all do what you will type stuff, but yeah. So, Nogar, did you return to the room after your game hunt?
Yes, I was gonna return to the room and point.
Okay.
And see that it looked like Eris was out by the tree.
yeah,
You know,
Eris,
you can't touch the tree. You'll get stabbed. You would know this based on the guards.
So Eris is just kind of sitting like kind of beneath the tree, not touching it. And trying to like sense any sort of like connection to it with like I guess her druidic magic, like down through the ground and the roots, and she's just kind of like chilling and trying to see if she feels any sort of like call to it. Just kind of lounging and watching the day in the square. Seeing
Yeah,
if
there's a
anything
lot of people
goes.
passing through this square.
Yeah. She's doing a bit of people watching as she sits
Yeah.
there.
You see various elves and humans and one or two tieflings alike just perusing through the town, going through shops, so on.
And she's just gonna kind of hang out there until she sees no guard and they have a plan for the day, since she's accompanying him on his task.
Right. So, let's see. Thalisma and Nissa, are y'all gonna be starting to attempt to collect money?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What would be a good... I'm trying to figure out what would be good for Nissa.
Val can make like flower crowns and things like that too. Like,
You're gonna like sell flower crowns?
yeah, like I can. Basically, what Thal does, he just collects seeds everywhere he goes of different flowers and uses those seeds. He can bloom them with the druid craft. So he's just got like a big sack of seeds. Some of them
All right.
are like fey seeds that he's brought, but he doesn't typically use those ones. Those ones he tries to plant like a fey flower here and there, just each town he goes to.
Does Thal know all the different types of seeds he has?
I would assume it's just a pretty big assortment of different flowers. I don't know for sure, but
Noted. So, are y'all setting up in Fish Shade?
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be like right over here.
Okay. So, Nissa, what are you doing with this endeavor? Are you just assisting?
You should do a fortune teller booth.
I could do yes. Let me verify something. I could do fortune telling using detect thoughts as rituals. Do it like a 10-minute fortune telling process.
Mm.
And then do mind reading using detect thoughts. I could also
See what their surface thoughts are to tell them about them.
Oh, you can, as actions, you can probe deeper into them too.
Yeah.
Into their mental processes. I could potentially do business dealings with merchants, or aid in Thal's using all of the variety of elemental cantrips I have.
Mm.
Also fond of the concept of, since I'm proficient with cartography, providing fraudulent treasure maps. For now, I don't know anybody, nobles or merchants. I think that would be a different city event. So let's aid Thal for now. So using elemental cantrips like shape water, mold earth and control flame to enhance his performances.
All right. And Isma, what are you going to be doing during all this?
I figured I could be just like doing like those calligraphy drawings and stuff like that for people, like of their name or something like that. Really pretty.
Mm. Okay.
Just something like
You
that.
just kind of have like a sign that reads, calligraphy requests. This
Yeah.
much money.
Yeah.
How much are you charging for it?
I don't know, like
What's the cost of paper for you? Do you remember?
I mean, I've been just like finding paper throughout our travels, so I don't know what the cost of it is at this point because I was given a whole bunch and then found some. So I don't know what the cost of paper is here.
Give me a history check.
Okay. Not very good.
You think it's somewhere in the realm of 3 silver pieces per sheet.
Per sheet? Oh my goodness. Okay. So I will do like 1 gold apiece, I guess, because I have to make money for food and stuff too.
Going with 1 gold per thing.
Yeah.
Sheet.
Alright, let me do some stuff for your stand. Alright, I'll come back to that later. Bandit and Eris, is anything happening with y'all? You notice you have not seen Francisco. Just
Noggard would approach Eris and say, "Did you guys party a little too hard last night? I haven't seen your blue friend."
I'm not quite sure where he went. Last I left him, he was still in his suite with my rat friends. We had a delightful time. I was able to tell him some stories from back in the bounty hunting days.
That seems kind of odd. Usually, his type are the ones to get up early to get as many stories as possible, no?
He's an odd fellow. Truthfully, I think he's probably likely to, sleep in a little bit. Did you want to go and try to find our target for the day?
No, I think he's gonna be around here. Person that I'm watching. I may see if I can get the guards' help to see if they can kind of keep an eye out.
Well, I know he's likely staying in that other inn across town. That's where they disappeared into yesterday. So, we could make our way in that direction if you'd like.
Intel above all else. One of the things I have learned from my many years in the Marines is always to gather proper intel and not act out of haste.
Okay, how would you like my assistance then today?
Have your rats gotten any further intel on the man we are searching for?
Nothing overnight. Last they reported, he was still in the inn.
Very well. Just keep your eyes out, and if you see anything, be sure to let me know.
rock them.
Would Noggard be able to see if the tree guard that he had met the previous day, Dime, was standing guard at the tree?
You would recognize he is still standing guard.
And then he would approach Dime and ask him, "How are things today, good sir?"
Well, not too many have attempted to come at the tree.
"I shall be in town for a few days. If you should need my bow or my sword, I'm staying at the Golden Chalice.
Well, you're asking character race.
Do you know of anything that might need done to help accomplish things in town? Is there any way that I may be of use?"
Well, if you'd like any information on assisting the guard, you could go see the guard station about that. We guard the tree.
And where would that might be, sir?
There's one towards the south gate. It's the closest to here.
Very well. Should you need anything, just holler. And then Noggard's gonna start walking towards the south gate.
Say again?
Noggard's gonna start walking towards the south gate.
Another thing is, before you walk away, you do notice a rat go up to Eris on Eris's lap. And Eris, the rat, reports that they noticed the elf thing towards the western gate.
Oh, thing.
All right. So as Nagard is approaching, she kind of looks up to him, and kind of gives a head nod so that he doesn't get too close and spook her little friend. But she gives the rat a little pat and thanks him, and she stands up from the ground and walks over to Nagard and is like, "Well, it looks like we have some direction if you'd like. Our little rat friend reports that they are somewhere by the western gate."
At this point, the rat's looking at you with those puppy dog eyes.
And she just kind of flicks a couple fingers towards it, trying to mouth shoe. Because she told them earlier that they would get fed at the end of the day. The rat's being greedy at this point.
It was one of the bigger ones too, but it's just gonna lower its head in disappointment and walk away.
Well, maybe we could go check it out before I head over to the south gate, see if the guards need any help in town.
Well, it seems to me that the best way to get intel is to put our eyes on the prize, so we should probably at least take a look-see.
If your rat friend gave directions, then lead the way.
Alright, with that, Eris just starts making her way, kind of
downtown.
straight downtown, making her way downtown.
Walking fast. Faces
Wa-
fast.
Walking at a reasonable speed, not particularly fast. But she doesn't want to go directly there, so she kind of goes like over this way with Nogard in tow and takes a little detour so that they won't be coming straight up. And kind of,
Can you give me a perception check?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And then she kind of like just goes into this little around the corner here and kind of looks down this alleyway and sees that she can't really see a whole lot of anything, but she stays close to the wall that surrounds the town, kind of lurking in the shadows, but trying to blend in with like the hustle and bustle of the morning.
So, attempting to sneak. Yes?
Yes. Not necessarily a sneak, but not blatantly, just being stealthy.
Okay. Nogard, are you going along with the similar course of action in this regard?
I would be hanging back a little bit as I know my size is rather ominous.
Okay. So you're kind of back around a corner somewhere?
Yeah, right about where my token is at the A of shade.
Okay. Eris, go ahead and give me a stealth check. With advantage.
Oh,
So just
okay.
roll it one more time normally.
Yep.
Wow. Let's see. How's everyone's passive perceptions? Nope. Okay. All right. So Nisathal, Isma, you do not see Eris.
Right. So at this point, Eris is just kind of going to keep like a visual eye. Is she close enough that she would be able to hear conversation, or is it too busy?
It's fairly busy. I think you'd have to be a wee bit closer.
Okay.
Can I get an active perception check just because Thal is so much on edge?
You're being kind of paranoid.
Yeah, he's been paranoid.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a active perception. Okay.
I think that's pretty much the same as passive.
I'm pretty sure that is your passive, isn't it? It is.
He's not that paranoid.
Apparently.
All right. So what are you doing, Thal, at the moment?
He's probably
What does Eris see?
performing. See how many people are around.
Ooh.
So can't she see me through the crowd?
How showy are you being?
Oh, he's doing his
He is flamboyant as fuck.
yeah, his
He's
normal.
flamboyant
his
as fuck?
normal. Yeah,
Yeah, she can
pan fluting
see you.
and
There's also a whole bunch
doing
of
a little magic here and there.
There's a whole bunch of.
And you're not disguised or anything?
Nope, not disguised. Just a hood
That
up.
being said, go ahead and give me another performance roll for help action from Nessa.
Okay.
It's advantage.
I
That's
guess
all.
pan flute I get a +6 to, so I'm gonna use that.
Nailed it.
No, and that one.
Nah, you're good. It was advantage for a
Oh yeah,
reason.
that's right.
I was gonna see if you had a critical success or not.
All right.
Which normal, really good success, great success. But yeah, as stated, you see Thal being his flamboyant self, with a decent sized crowd surrounding him, like clapping along with him.
So at this point, Eris is going to see that there is clearly a magical being doing like tricks, right? Because he's making flower crowns and stuff.
He's an Eladrin.
Okay. So she's gonna grab a passerby, somebody who like seems like they're not really in a hurry to go anywhere. Not actually grab, but like summon him over and have a conversation. And during this conversation, she wants to offer a silver piece and use her charm with persuasion to try and convince him to go up to this like performer and act like a fan and see if she could get this random passerby to do some recon for her, find out his name and like how long he's in town for, since he's such an excellent performer, and report back to her.
All right, give me a persuasion.
Would that be with advantage since she's paying, or just a regular persuasion check?
Regular persuasion. I'm accounting for you paying.
Okay.
They'll nod to you and then walk in Thal's direction.
Okay.
And they'll kind of go around the crowd up to the front and then just start really clapping nice and loud, like, "Whoo! What's your name?" As you're
Thalarian.
How long are you gonna be here, Thalarian?
Well, it's a festival. I'm here.
Oh, you'll be here the whole time then?
Plan on it.
Are you gonna be in this spot every morning?
I will probably move about.
Aye.
Why?
Oh, I'm just a fan. You play so well.
Ah. Well, yes. I'll be performing somewhere in the city, and not the square, of course. That is against the rules.
All right. Sal, can you give me an insight?
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, but not too bad.
You believe
He's thinking in his head,
they
big
are...
fan, didn't tip.
What's
He's
that?
a little sus. Big fan, didn't tip. He's a little sus.
Are you sure they didn't?
He didn't perceive
They
him
drop a
tipping
gold
nothing.
coin into the pot, as it were. Because why not?
I will. If I see you, I will let you know where I'm performing the next day.
Well, thank you. And then do you get back into it more again?
Yep.
Okay. So that person is gonna try and they slipped back through the crowd, not really being noticed, and they return to Eris and they say, "Well, his name is Thalarian. It looks like he'll be here through the week until festivals end."
Fantastic. I hope I can catch a performance up close myself from him. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, good sir. Or morning, rather.
He's gonna put out a hand.
And she hands him the silver piece,
Has a little bit of a smile. Alrighty then. Kind of just walks off and returns back to the performance crowd. You had picked out an actual fan.
And Noggard would approach and ask, well, what was that about?
Eris turns to him and goes, well, so you see that giant crowd? Apparently there's a magical being just, summoning things out of nowhere. Seems to fit our description, and his name is Thalarian. He'll be here all week. What would you like to do?
You would recognize the name.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can see them or any of them?
So did you walk out from beyond the corner?
Yeah, I approached Eris.
Hey, Thal, can you give me a perception check?
Yes.
Christian, settle.
He's in the zone. He just got tipped a gold. He's feeling good.
Yeah, no, you do not notice the big red.
I mean, there's also a rather large crowd in front of him at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody just asked him where he's going to be performing. He's got that rock star mindset right now.
Yeah, right? All right. Sorry. You wanted to do what again, Noggard?
Perception to see if I can see any of the other three from where I'm at.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Come on.
Come on, Dice. Come on, Foundry. You got this.
13.
How tall is your character again?
Second, he is 7 foot.
Go ahead and roll again.
And Thal's 6 feet.
The average height of the crowd is not that.
Yeah.
12.
Okay, so it's still a 13. Let's see. You're barely able to make out the tips of his hair past the crowd.
What do you say we get a closer look at this magic he is performing?
Absolutely. I love a good show.
Then move up to right about that way I'm not too close.
Are you being actively stealthy to avoid being seen, or no?
No.
Eris is continuing to be stealthy and lurking, just kind of in the shadow a little bit.
Okay.
I'm just kind of surveying the crowd and looking around at all the people.
At this point, you're close enough to be able to see kind of over some people's heads to see some of the magic going over top and
at this point,
flower bursting into the air.
Eris kind of says hey, if you want me to get a little bit closer, just say the word and I'll do my best.
Would I be able to see Nissa and Isma from here?
I believe you'd be able to see Isma over at her stand.
They'd probably be sitting
kind of outside of the crowd area.
And I'm definitely pretty tiny. So, I mean,
Nissa would be difficult to see.
You'd see a source of magic amplifying the
performance. Pyrotechnics.
You wouldn't necessarily be able to see who's doing it.
I'm going to roll a couple dice to figure out a couple things real quick.
Would it be easier for Thal to see this big red dragon man?
Give me a
As he moves
perception.
closer. Damn it. Damn it, Thal. You're just so in your performance, you son of a bitch.
He's so into it.
He's fucking jamming right now.
Yeah.
It's like the scene from Anchorman when Ron Burgundy's playing his flute and just kicking tables and shit. Just he's in the zone.
So you said that I would be able to see Yzma.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of nudge Eris and say, "The diamonds are so oops," which she would know from our time together is Hanek. That lady is very pretty. And kind of gesture towards Yzma.
So Eris just sort of gives him a little bit of a quizzical look, and Zaldrin's hand is like sitting on her shoulder and kind of like gestures towards him, and she sneaks off to get a closer look and kind of see what Yzma's up to. So still being stealthy, she like approaches like Yzma's table. When she gets closer, would she be able to see the sign offering like calligraphy drawings?
Yeah.
All right. So she notices that Yzma is, offering calligraphy, and it's in pretty close proximity to this performer. So she's got a little bit of gold on her, and she's always liked calligraphy a little bit. So she goes up to Yzma's table and approaches to offer, some coin. Is there a sign that indicates how much she's charging? Is that part of the sign that says like how much it is for calligraphy?
Yzma, would you have written the price?
Yeah, it would be on there.
1 gold piece per drawing.
Okay. So after a moment, Eris sort of looks over the table and kind of watches Yzma with the like couple of customers that she has ahead of her and waits for her turn. When she gets up to Yzma's table, she keeps like looking out of her peripheral vision at Valerian, but she speaks to Yzma and goes, "Oh, a calligrapher. I would love if I could get just a name on paper, if you would be so kind. It's Salt Bloom." And she hands over like the gold the gold piece.
Okay. So she nods and smiles warmly to the tiefling standing before her and pulls out her a fresh piece of paper and starts writing the word Salt Bloom.
What is Eris able to notice while this is being done? What is going on around her?
Hey, Sal, can you throw me another performance check?
Yeah.
At advantage.
We're killing it. Nat 20.
Great success.
Holy shit. He is in his performance.
He's in the zone right now.
All right, well, I gotta roll some stuff. You're noticing a whole bunch of people like throwing money into the hat, as it were. I don't know exactly what he has going on.
Yeah, it's like a flower hat. It's like a straw hat, but it's made with like green, like blades of grass, and it's got flowers.
And at this point, the crowd has grown even more. It's taken up probably half or more of the plaza.
All right, so Eris would try to make conversation with Yzma while Yzma's working away, and she goes, "So, how long have you been in town?"
I stop for a moment mid letter, and I just look at her, and I hold up. How long? 3 days? 3 fingers?
3 days. Hold on one second.
Now, has that been interpreted as 3 days, months, or weeks, or years?
Why can I not
Because
pull my
it's just
sheet up?
3.
What the heck?
She's, all she's doing is holding up the number 3.
All right. Sorry, one sec. For whatever reason, my sheet won't pull up.
Get up here and
Which is super annoying because I don't remember what languages that I have because I have like 4 of them.
Here, I'll
is
pull it up
Christian
on your behalf.
able to take
All right.
Druidic, Sylvan, Common, Infernal.
All right. So no sign language. Perfect.
Nope.
All right. All Eladrins know Sylvan. Would that be something she would know?
I'm not an Eladrin.
I know you're not, but
Oh god.
Yeah, she is a human.
I'm not a hoe.
I mean, you need to go. Oh, you.
You would know it's fairly commonplace for Eladrin to know Sylvan.
all right. So she just kind of like looks at Yzma holding the 3 fingers up and says to the hand on her shoulder, "Oh look, another person who doesn't wish to talk to me out loud." And the Zaldrin's hand just kind of scurries down her arm, and Eris moves her hand out to gesture and like reaches towards Yzma's hand. And from there, Zaldrin's disembodied hand goes and offers like a couple fingers to try and like shake hands with Yzma.
Yzma is
Insight?
gonna me?
Yes.
Okay. Of course it's bad. I didn't meditate long enough this morning.
You're not sure what the hand is trying to do.
I'm just gonna kind of smile, but kind of move it away because I'm trying to finish writing the name Saltbloom out in the neatest way possible with all the curls and flares.
Eris just goes, "Oh, she's rude. Beautiful lettering, but incredibly rude."
And would Noggard be able to hear any of this interaction? Visual.
It'd probably be
It's loud.
visual. There's like clapping going on. There's people stomping. Like you probably you're not able to hear.
I'm
that
gonna
physical
hear her
interaction.
say that I was rude and just wrinkle my brow a little bit and shake my head.
Are you like have you finished the calligraphy at this point?
Finishing swirls and dots it with another piece of paper so it doesn't smudge and hand it to you.
Okay, so Eris is gonna look at it and she's going to say, "Well, despite your attitude, you really do lovely work." And she's going to leave a tip of like 3 copper pieces in addition to what your fee was. And then with that, Zaldrin's hand, who is still like there, like expectantly at the edge of her hand, hops down and begins to scurry along the ground towards Thal. So Eris follows its lead and approaches like the performance, like trying not to lose sight of Zaldrin's hand. One second. All right. As it gets closer, Zaldrin's hand just starts mid-performance, trying to crawl up Thal's leg.
God.
And to be fair, based off of the arc of the crowd, nobody is going to be as close to Thal as, besides Yzma and Nissa. Eris is now broken through the semicircle of people close enough to get up there, correct? Because
Yes.
Yes, I'd say so.
they're definitely between that. Nissa is going to use harmless flame cantrip that she's been doing over the course of stuff to, like, throw some kind of harmless flame towards her eyes to get her to go back away from a performer.
It's like a flashbang.
Effectively, kind of like a bright light goes
Oh,
into
so
her
silvery
eyes for a
barbs.
second. Nope, not silvery barbs. Because that's the spell slot. I'm using a cantrip.
Okay.
So Eris can't approach, but is Zaldrin's hand still like on Thal's leg at this point?
Oh, I have no clue that the hand's there. That's too small
Oh,
for me to
okay.
notice.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that publicly.
I'm also focused on upwards and big creatures, not something crawling on the ground.
Yeah, so Thal, you notice something grab hold of your ankle and start shimmying up your leg.
He'll immediately stop and look down. He sees a fucking hand crawl. What the fuck is this? And he'll shake it and like try to grab it and throw it into the crowd.
All right, go ahead and
Make an attack
give-
roll or something.
Well, you're trying to grapple, so
Yeah.
roll an unarmed strike
Okay. All right.
at disadvantage.
Actions. Where are my actions? Why is it not? That's not it. Weapon.
If you go to your inventory, it should be in there.
Is it? Oh, inventory. That's right. I keep going looking for actual different page. Here we go.
So at this point, is it now just Nissa's stuff happening over top?
She would stop as soon as there's vocal concern.
Okay, cool.
That also immediately happened after somebody specifically broke through, and she's going to use intelligence to pair the two together. Somebody broke
Gotcha.
through a crowd, and something is attacking and causing the performer's concern, and it is on defense. In like a potentially offensive mindset. And it's very clear on her face.
Did an 18 grab the hand?
Disadvantage too.
Well, I need to
Oh,
find.
disadvantage?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Okay.
Need to find a thing.
Damn it.
What was your number? Oh, hell no. Yeah, no. You failed to grab hand
Okay.
as it skitters further up your leg.
Yep. She's gonna just keep swatting at it. Get this fucking thing off me!
Nissa, do you do anything?
Has Eris moved, or this tiefling moved back towards the crowd's edge? I believe so, right?
Yeah, she hasn't. She stopped, so she's still like in the crowd. She hasn't like
Yeah.
broken through and like approached you guys.
Going to let's describe something that's not that. Will watch for now because it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be kind of like a spider kind of thing, but just a hand. So for now, it's not causing harm, but she's still on guard. Definitely not going to attack anything right now.
So, Randy, what is the hand's intent at the moment?
Eris doesn't know the hand's intent.
I'm asking Randy the player.
Randy the player is Zaldrin's hand is attempting to get some sort of reaction out of Thal that shows that he would do some sort of magical display other than make flowers. He's trying to provoke Thal into doing something vaguely threatening.
Noted.
Okay. But he would be doing so in an annoying and teasing manner, not causing harm. Just being really
so
annoying.
tickling his sides or something.
Right.
How are you responding at this point, having failed to grab this
Still
hand?
swatting at it, trying to smack it off me.
Alrighty.
Who's
What the fuck is this thing?
And if we'll see what happens based off of Thal's, but I have an action to do based off of how this plays out.
You want disadvantage on an unarmed strike again?
Yeah.
There you go.
Ew.
Nissa's gonna pull out a small knife and do an attack on this now.
On the hand?
Yep.
Is the hand visible or is it underneath Thal's clothing?
Everybody has.
I feel like it's over at this point.
Okay.
Everybody has
Currently.
full view and complete focus on this hand, as it's the focus of everything right now.
And nobody is doing anything.
So what am I doing for a? This is
Just
like
roll a
intense,
standard strike
this is
against
intense,
the
like
creature.
lethal force. So what is? Repeat your. What am I doing?
Give me an attack roll.
Okay. I'm gonna have to add dagger because it's like a steak knife. It's not like a full dagger. So let me pull that into inventory, and then I have to add that.
Is Nagar doing anything with this? All of the commotion?
Dagger.
Yes.
It
With
has
all of
gone
the
silent.
commotion around the stage and the crowd just kind of moving around and shuffling, Noggard has moved closer to Yzma to not lose sight.
21 for it. Which I don't. How do I have a +2? Do I have points in strength? That seems wrong.
Proficiency?
Proficiency, yeah, but I don't. I shouldn't have.
At a +2.
Yeah, I shouldn't have +4. So 19. That seems wrong. I don't know how I have that. Yeah, proficiency is +2, so it should be a 19 to hit that.
Everything else was probably not like this game.
Let's see. So you are able to attack it. How are you attacking it specifically?
Lethal force, as mentioned before, the dice were rolled.
Like stabbing into it?
Stabbing into it. Yep. Even if it means damaging Thou, because it's a dagger. It's not going to kill him. It'll just be a wound. So,
Cool. Well, you also stabbed Thal. Go ahead
That's
and roll
fine.
damage for me.
Great. Okay.
Would Eris be able to react to this stabbing thing in an effort to protect the hand?
If you have something for reactions,
Yes. Yeah. Do you have some form of reaction?
Ooh, let me look.
Stuff like Hellish Rebuke would only be if it were attacking you.
I am aware of that. I was thinking of using a cantrip. I don't know if I can use that one as a reaction.
Most
Let's
cantrips
see.
don't have reactions.
Yeah.
Unless you have something specific that says, you have this at a reaction speed.
Yeah, that should be an
It looks
action.
like all you have is opportunity attack and reactions.
Yep.
So you stab into the hand. and Thal.
Yep.
What do you do as you pull off?
I mean, at this point, it seems like my next step would be after whatever Eris would plan on doing as a cantrip interaction.
Okay.
Mine would be an action as a next step.
That would just go, oh, fuck. Did you get it?
I think so. So I'm waiting because I don't want to do my next step yet.
Yeah. What are we doing, Eris?
So let's see.
Ignore this roll. I don't know how to get rid of it when I click the button. There's the D4 there. Ignore that. Oh, it didn't roll. Oh, okay, cool. Never mind.
So all right, I have a question though. So it's stabbed. You also stabbed.
It's connected.
Thal.
It's in between
So
Thal and his body.
So it's
Yeah.
skewered
It's
to
skewered.
Thal at this
Yeah,
point?
yeah,
yep,
Okay. All right.
Effectively restrained because it's into somebody's body, I would presume, if the DM says
Yeah.
so.
Yes, the hand is restrained at the moment, having a dagger through its body, as it were.
I had another concentration check from you.
So you're concentrating on something, and I don't know what it is.
Right. I'll figure it out. Let me go look.
That might be something from a prior session.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was
probably.
old. I'm gonna go ahead and break it.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Okay.
You're good.
I think that she would do these, and she would create just a whole bunch of dust and sort of I get either dust or some sort of smoke screen type of thing. And in that, she would approach and try to remove the knife from Zaldrin's hand and Thal, and
How? How are you doing this dust storm?
with elementalism. Sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, that pinged privately.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad. My bad. Did you make that public? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Thin shroud of dust or sand.
Dang, that cantrip is basically what I took 4 cantrips to do. I'm gonna have to look into that. Where is that from? Is that a new one?
It might be new. I haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I intentionally did 4 from Tasha's Cauldron. The same effect that does.
So she does that, and while that chaos is going on, she would attempt to disarm, or not even necessarily disarm, but just kind of her priority at this point would be getting Zaldrun free and collecting him.
Okay, so her action is that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I suppose that would be combated strength check of some kind?
How? Where?
Hold on.
Okay.
Trying to think what disarm would be.
Well,
Hey, it's not quite grappling.
it's not disarm. It'd be more like dishand. What is
Make
the
a
hit?
wisdom saving throw.
Did that 6 damage not kill the hand?
No,
Okay,
it's still squirming.
got it.
So, but at this point, Eris, you're gonna rush up and like try and get Nissa to pull the knife out and get Zaldrun's hand off the dagger.
However she can go about doing that. So yeah, I guess depending on how this looks, it would be either like pulling the dagger itself or pulling, if Nissa still has the dagger, then yeah, that.
It's still in her hand.
Okay.
Are you disguised? It's not you, right? It's a different person that's not you. That's not Eris representation, somebody we've seen before.
She's being stealthy, but she's not super disguised.
Okay, because we've definitely had an interaction with you before at the Flower Festival, so we know who you are then. I mean, we've at least talked to you, or I have. And now we're seeing you again the next day.
Did Nissa and Eris actually speak, or was it just Frank and her? I don't recall that. I'm
talking
sure
about nope, it was the bartering of doing a trade.
The
between
flower barter.
trades. So
Oh,
we made eye
yeah.
contact and you said no. So I've made eye contact with your character before.
Okay, that works.
You know of this character.
Yep. And now they're causing harm here.
You no.
From my perspective.
You don't know that.
But that's what her perspective is. If somebody's, I mean, if a security guard is protecting a performer, anybody that crosses the line is now a threat. All security guards stop the one that's going through the line.
Makes sense.
So with her action being that, I'm gonna take the knife and creature out, slam the knife into the ground, and then step on the hand. So whatever actions I need to do for that. Because I'm sure.
I mean, the first one.
So, and also, like, okay, wait though, hold on. Like, you take the knife out of the hand, then you would need to be able to, like, accurately step on the hand that is
right.
conscious.
So there's rolls.
So right, yeah, there's a lot of rolls there
There's
because
not
the hand.
a
The
lot,
hand would
but
have it. Yeah, the hand would have an opportunity
Yeah.
to like react to that because it's its own creature. It's not Eris, so.
At
So
this
first
point,
you're throwing it to the ground, both the dagger and
Not throwing
creature?
it, stabbing it into the ground. So it's skewered
So
again.
maintaining the restraint.
Yep.
You said stepping on it though. How are you
Right,
stepping
because
on it?
if
The knife is,
my body
there.
is short,
Okay.
I stab into the ground, and then with my foot, foot's doing the damage. The
Another note
pulling
about
the
the
knife out
ground
and stabbing
here.
it into the ground is just
These are you're on a stone
action.
path at the moment.
That it's making contact with something. It's the whole purpose is skewering, not necessarily doing anything else. Because it would be
So-
restrained, I would have advantage to attack it, and that's what the goal would be.
So, but did Eris successfully get the knife out of the hand or not? That's
Your
the
action
question.
was to do the spell. It's an action cantrip. Instead of charging and getting it out immediately, you did a spell that takes the time to do that.
And then you would be able to see with sand and everything else in your eyes. Your character would have no reaction to the sand and all of that. That is taking up a 5-foot
One
radius.
thread at a time. There's 2 people that are surrounding you that are my allies. Dust showed up. Take care of this. Solve next problem after. They're big people. They can handle themselves. I'm taking care of the small problem.
Right, but it's like I said, it's a 5-foot radius, so there's like sand obstructing and like have you ever
It
gotten
doesn't
like
say
sand?
anything about that in the effects of the spell as it's a cantrip. It doesn't have any blind effect. It doesn't obscure any vision. It just says a shroud of dust that covers the area in a 5-foot square. It doesn't say anything about me having to do a save either.
Well, I mean, it's sand, dude. Like if there's a giant dust or sand cloud, right? It would get like
I'm calling
in your
a brief
eyes.
pause on that.
Yeah.
I'm just using what's on the spell for information. So, if it would do damage or cause a save, it would say that. That's all I'm going with.
I think it would provoke some sort of reaction. I'm not necessarily saying that it would cause some sort of damage, but like you would react to the fact that there is dust and stuff like that. That's my point. Like if you've ever been on the beach or something with sand blowing all around or like anything in that situation, you kind of like everybody reacts to that.
But I think the biggest thing is that for a spell to do something to somebody, it says what it does to them.
Because otherwise, my thing was to do something to prevent you from doing something. That's what I did too.
All right. Well, so that's the thing though is
it
like
was a
so
warning.
I reacted.
There was no damage to it though.
Oh, I reacted to your harmless flames by reacting to them because my character would see fire and react to that. If I wanted to do like, I could have just been like, oh well, it doesn't cause any damage because it's harmless, and I know that above table, so
Yeah,
I'm just
then
gonna
go
run through it anyway. Right. But
I included the information. It is harmless and more like a warning than anything that would actually be considered a threat. It was a spare pyrotechnic that went off in front of you, not anything that actually was damaging or considered instigation.
that is above table though. Like that's like if somebody sees fire, they're not going to go through fire. Just like if somebody sees a whole bunch of dust and smoke and everything else.
If he wants
right?
to have me do this roll with disadvantage, we can go with that. Because that would be hard for me to see.
As far as any of that's concerned, there's some minor obstructions. Probably blink a couple times.
Fair.
To clear the sand off your eyes.
Okay. Planned actions follow through.
So you're pinning the hand to the ground, and then you're gonna stomp on it with an unarmed strike?
Yep. Any disadvantage? Anything different?
Give me a normal roll.
Okay.
You miss, and
Important dice. I'm going to make it a 16 instead.
it's a 16.
Yep.
And are you going into this with the goal of pinning it to the ground to keep it from moving?
From the very start, the whole concept was lethal action. So when
Not
it's dead,
entirely. Hold on a second. this. Hold on here.
What's your unarmed strike damage?
probably minus. I mean, if it's plus your strength, it's nothing.
It's 1.
I have
Just
a minus.
So you do
I don't
nothing.
think minus counts.
Okay, so it's minimum.
It has to be a minimum of 1. Yeah.
Okay, so 1 damage to it then.
So
total
1
so
singular damage.
Yep.
Okay.
She's not strong. She's just dealing with things as she can. She has no damage and cantrips.
Yeah. So
The only damage I have is overkill.
you stomp on it, and then are you pressing down still?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna maintain the restraint to it. But I mean, as you pointed out, it is on stone. So if there's a breakaway, it's probably gonna be.
Yeah. If you lift your foot at all, it is going to run away with your knife.
There's both foot and hand on it. So.
Oh, so I see what you're doing there.
Because there's the knife hand holding the knife in the ground, and then the foot is stomping on top of it from there. So there's both a foot and a hand holding this creature to the ground. And like you said, it is on stone, like cobblestone. So if there was a breakaway, it could be a lower DC to do so.
Does this hand bleed to cause it to be slippery to be able to get away?
Is there blood?
Yeah.
Or
he's
is it
trying.
Special? Okay, so it is an actual entity.
Yes, it is a being.
Got it.
That I control.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was
in this regard
variant of some kind.
So
it could have.
My question.
Familiar.
My question is what is Yzma doing?
Oh, and Thou.
Yeah. Interaction.
I was just backing away from it, just like watching. Ew! Stomp it out! Ew!
And Eris, what are you doing at this point?
So it's like Nissa is bent over with this thing, and
probably
has
prone,
a hand and foot on it.
Yep.
Are you gonna say anything?
Who's that directed towards Eris?
Well,
right?
Eris.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she would be like, unhand him. But I think she would shove Nissa for one, like with her foot, like kind of like since she's bent over, like trying to and like off
then.
and on like unstable because you've got both like an arm and a leg on a knife on a tiny hand. Like you're already like you've got 2 points of contact that aren't keeping you balanced.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Why don't we give what's the shove roll again? I know there's a ruling for this.
I think it's a unarmed strike.
It should be. I'm trying to find that information though.
Yeah, it's because I see it on Nissa's unarmed.
Target must succeed on a strength/dex saving throw or get pushed.
But is there contact first? So there needs to be a thing and then a save.
It would be under unarmed strike, so yeah.
With advantage or disadvantage or normal, like what's?
Considering the positioning and everything, I'll say advantage.
Yeah, full agreement. Definitely advantage.
I believe that makes your AC, Nissa.
I don't see anything. Oh, sorry, I was at the bottom. That's an 8 on the die now. Second portent dice. So the
Okay, can you
advantage
ping
is-
portent dice in it for me?
Sure. There you go.
I just want to read that.
Usability. There's no save, it's whenever something happens, you can replace a roll. Replace a roll in this way, only once per turn. But it's been a different turn now.
You must choose to do so before the roll.
You can replace a roll in this way.
Only once per turn.
And you must
Okay, I
choose,
see.
and you must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace the roll. But it's so
Replacing a roll, yeah.
That being said, if there was advantage to it, I definitely would have done so beforehand instead.
Right.
But since that is being pointed out to me now, that information is new. From my understanding, as it's been done in the past with us.
So
This
it does
information is
state you
new.
can replace a roll.
Yep.
Which fits within the stuff.
Where-
So
Where's is Bandit still here?
Yep.
Okay.
are you still in Foundry?
It said that I disconnected, and it was attempting to reestablish. Let me reload Foundry.
Yeah, the only reason I wanted to ping was to read the specifics of it, so I knew.
Sure, however you want to
But,
decide to rule it. I could see both perspectives. An argument can be fought easily for either side.
That is true, considering how we've been playing it, and
there's how it's been, and a new instance potentially changing how it's been consistently ruled.
Yeah.
So, are we going to change the ruling for a new situation, or are we going to?
It's not about the situation; it's about realization, really.
Fair. It's up to you. It's your choice, not mine.
Yeah, I know. So the way that this is supposed to work is before the roll occurs, you're supposed to call out if you're going to use it.
Okay. Then I'll get that 8 back for now.
I'm thinking out loud for now. But it does say you can replace a... So the intention behind it is to replace a roll with one of your portent dice.
Which kind of replaces the whole concept of using it if you have to do it before a roll happens. But that's the whole point of it being instantaneous.
Well, I mean, if you have to state what the roll's going to be before the roll happens, then it's like just a fixed die, right? Like, that's
It's basically fixed. Based on how it's written, that's how it's meant to be used. So I kind of like the way we've been using it. I think I'm going to rule replacing.
Great.
Because I don't know, that feels... The way I'm going to reword and restructure the way this is written a little bit.
Just remove the you must choose to do so
before you know the results, not before the roll.
Okay. Alright. But that's hard though, because if somebody does something and they're quick to roll it, does that mean I just lost the opportunity if they were?
So it's before the DM tells you if it passed
Before
or failed.
I say
Oh, okay.
what happened.
So I can see that there's a 21, and I'm gonna say no,
Right.
because if he doesn't tell me that like follow through on the complete action or description of what happens. Once the action happens, once the DM describes the action, then it's set.
And it has to be something that you can see, because
Right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, because like, could I just make private rolls at that point then?
Based off the direction that the hand was coming from and my location to Thal, I would be facing her direction.
But the hand was on Thal, so you'd be facing Thal, wouldn't you be?
And where are you? On the other side of Thal, meaning I could see you.
It wasn't indicated what side of Thal he had gone up.
Right, but either way, the hand is in the middle, Eris is further. So no matter what direction Eris is coming from, based off of what the map is showing right now.
Yeah, but it's not Eris. It's on, like, Zaldrin's hand is, and if it's on the leg, it would have crawled up the side that's facing Eris, which means in order for you to successfully stab it and grab it, you would have to have your back to Eris at this point. I'm not saying you didn't see her, but, like...
No, because you can do an attack from the side, you don't need to go to the other person to stab it.
So you were somehow able to see where the hand was with enough accuracy without looking at the hand when it's on the other side of its body?
When Thal is moving his leg to a spot where everybody can see it and everybody is making eye contact with it, because it's the center of attention, yes, I would be able to see where it is. Regardless of whether that's the point now, it is currently in the ground and the attack to shove me failed. Out of curiosity, because it's been 2 people for now, Thal, Yzma, other players.
Yeah, I was wondering what Yzma was.
Other people should definitely be involved at this point.
Yeah.
I gotta look at that.
Sorry, I was trying to read Druidcraft. Pinged it though.
Oh, Noggard. Okay, that's who it was. Oh, we are only 5 players. Okay. So it was Thal, Yzma, Eris, and Noggard. Okay, so the only people there are those 5. Okay. I didn't know if there's anybody hiding or something still, so...
So what is Yzma doing?
From my understanding, Thal also mentioned he was just kind of freaking out still.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what the ruling is, too, because I could potentially have a bonus action as well.
True, we can finish that first.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out the order of things. Like, is this, like, did something happen before the shove from one of the other characters?
I wouldn't, based off of the way timeline is working and players being involved, I would probably think no, nothing has been done yet. So this would probably be followed through first, just because there wouldn't be. That's the chronological order of actions. So.
Anyhow, so you go to shove Nissa and she doesn't quite budge.
Okay. Let's see. I can shove as can I also do, hold on. Bonus actions can be unarmed strikes as well, right? Like
if you're a monk, yeah.
It's showing in
Let's-
two places for my like. That's the only reason I'm asking is like
is it under your bonus actions?
it is, and showing it as under my bonus action.
Let's.
I believe that would be at
But
disadvantage.
okay.
Or offhand.
I don't see it under my actions. So
I'm
I want to see where it is. too.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Argon HUD thing, so I'm like
Oh,
trying to
Argon
figure
HUD.
out. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's even like necessarily
'Cause I-
accurate.
Instead of using a weapon, melee attack. Whenever you use it, you choose one of the following.
Hmm.
So, I mean, if
And it
based
also
off
says
of unarmed strike, shove is under the unarmed strike, meaning that shove is
Right,
an action,
but
not a
then-
bonus action.
right, and then but like Shove says that like the target has to succeed on a strength or dex saving throw.
Right, if hit, yeah.
If hit.
Which
Okay.
No,
I mean,
actually.
if you didn't make contact with me, how am I being shoved?
Because right.
No,
so, like,
okay, here. How this is read and the ruling within shove, the target must make a saving throw of some kind. It is not the target makes you make an attack roll and then the target makes a saving throw. So that was misrepresented. You
Okay.
can have your portent dice back in that case. Because you would be the one making the roll.
Strength or dexterity. So I'll do dexterity.
What's your strength modifier, Eris?
That is a great question. Let me look. I think.
Oh, that's an ability check. Saving throw is the same number.
That's the same number, but that was a 21. Okay.
So 21
count
on the
that.
dexterity save.
It's the same thing happens. You don't budge. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
But you're at this point having Eris try to shove you.
All right. So Eris tries to shove.
Which indicates that whatever I'm dealing with is important.
Doesn't shove, and at that point, she would be concerned about Zaldrin's hand and cast Healing Word on it.
As a action or bonus action, which you've used both of already?
How have I used both of them already?
Bonus action
because...
was the second shove.
No, that was the first shove. Yeah, there was only one shove that took place. So yeah. So bonus action.
Sorry, a little bit of retconning there, because I realized I misunderstood the rule.
That's fine.
Sorry, I think I whispered that. But either way, so that's what she would do. So it's probably her turn at that point.
At this rate, we can roll initiative.
That works for me. This is kind of a concern with having one person be hunting a bounty and the other person being the bounty, like being the hunted, as it splits the party in half automatically instead of us working together.
Well, and at this point, Noggard would have approached and tried to get Eris to calm herself. Because it would be counterproductive to...
Yeah, no, Eris is hot-headed. She's not calm at this point. Like, her companion is currently stabbed, so... from
Did we
Eris's
roll our pay or
standpoint...
no? No, we didn't yet. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, from Eris's standpoint, like, she hasn't done anything to hurt anybody. Like, all she did was try to shove to save Zaldrin, so she hasn't really done anything that would cause damage. She's just pissed. The only person that's done anything harmful to anybody is Nissa, and Zaldrin. Like, Nissa stabbing Zaldrin's hand and Thal.
Oh, I thought Thal rolled the 6. For some reason, it would have been really on point for Thal to get the 6 again.
Yeah, he does roll a lot of the same numbers in a row.
That's all right. You would have done the high numbers would have shown up for social encounters.
Yeah, that was a nat 1 on my initiative.
Ooh, the artwork is nice. I like artwork when it has the background removed.
It is nice.
Yeah.
What artwork? I don't...
The hand in the
that
initiative.
one. I see it.
I haven't run combat a lot, Bowen. Is there an option to auto sort once all the rules have been put in place? Oh, it is
They
already.
are in.
Oh, it's
They're
automatic.
in that order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just saw 7, 6, 18. I was like, oh, wait, that's...
Yeah, that top bar is the beginning
That makes sense.
of
I just
combat.
didn't notice the horizontal white line at first, that's why.
Alright.
I feel like at this point, that was probably all two's thing.
Sure, works for me.
Going into it.
I like that. I think that's super fair.
There's been a lot
It's
back
been a
and
long
forth.
time. Yeah.
All right.
Quickly obtaining
It
some
is-
water and caffeine. Returning shortly.
All right, man.
Yeah, I gotta grab something too. I'll be right back.
Cool. So, Isma, what are you gonna do at the moment? Yeah,
Honestly,
let me
I don't even know what's going on because there was so much arguing that I just shut everybody out. So I have no
That's
idea
fair.
what's happening because it was just a bunch of bullshit and I just didn't want to listen to it. So I don't know what we're rolling initiative for. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, not trying to be rude, but it was just
So,
stupid.
basic recap is Eris is trying to get Nissa off hand, and
Nissa has a hand and a foot on hand. And that's pretty much it.
So why are we rolling initiative? To fight a hand?
To keep track of what the hell's going on at this point.
Okay.
Because we're dealing in actions and bonus actions and reactions and...
Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, I feel that. So I'm just gonna start from what I remember, or when I was still paying attention. So there was a dust storm. So I would have like covered up all of my stuff, not wanting to get sand in my ink pot and everything.
It
and
wasn't
then
in your area.
Okay, so well, just in case. And then I guess I would have heard Thal complaining about "get it off me" or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
and Nissa also replying, "I think I got it."
And Nissa stabbed Thal. That's the other part of that
Yep,
too.
definitely did.
Oh, that's beautiful.
In the process, yeah.
I mean, mistakes
said,
happen.
"Ow, fuck! Did you get it?"
Yeah, I think so.
Still trying. I mean, I would have just like went up to seeing that Nissa has the hands under control for now.
Yep.
I would just go up to Thal and make sure that he's actually okay, seeing that he was stabbed slightly. Not sure how bad the wound was. And just kind of look him over and check to make sure he's okay, and then look back at Nissa and the hand. Would I know? I mean, I know the hand because it was on my table, and I know that it belongs to Eris's person. So I would just kind of look at the woman who called her rude, and just kind of like wrinkle her brow and be like, you know, in her mind, she's thinking rude, you know, sending her hand to attack or approach or climb upon Thal, invading people's personal space. Can't really say anything, so she's just gonna hang out by Thal, make sure he's okay.
I'm pretty sure Thal is on the opposite side of the commotion.
Yeah, movement.
Oh, you want me to actually move my character? Okay.
Yeah, just because things are happening on the map. Locations are important.
We don't always do that, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think it's more just because we're in initiative.
Okay.
What else is Yzma doing?
Right now, she's just
right now. I need to take just a second and recollect myself.
Yeah, sure.
For a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, that's not my cat. I thought I heard my cat crying from outside my room. That is a neighbor's child.
Because he tried to fake because Grandpa hasn't eaten.